It's the Christmas season at 221B Baker Street. Holmes is roused from his rest by his neighbor, Commissionaire Peterson. A commissionaire is like a rent-a-cop with a shiny uniform. Peterson recounts that he had interrupted a mugging, but the perpetrators and victim all fled the scene. The would-be victim in the scuffle abandoned a battered but once fashionable bowler hat and a fat Christmas goose. Peterson presents these items to Holmes as a little Christmas puzzle. Holmes accepts the hat, but gives back the goose for Mrs. Peterson to cook for the Petersons' Christmas dinner. Watson comes to visit with the day's newspaper, and he and Holmes have their usual banter about what can be learned from the hat. Peterson bursts back in great excitement. Mrs. Peterson has found a gem in the bird's gullet. Watson reads from the day's newspaper that the famous blue carbuncle has been stolen from the Countess of Morcar's hotel suite. A man has been taken into custody, but vehemently declares his innocence, while the blue carbuncle itself has not been found. Holmes takes possession of the gem, which is, of course, the very same blue carbuncle, and places an ad in the evening papers that the goose and the hat have been found. Their owner appears, a man who could ill afford the loss of the bird or of the hat. Holmes satisfies himself that the man has no knowledge of the gem, gives him a replacement goose, and returns the bowler hat. Holmes and Watson then go off on a domestic goose chase all over London to discover the bird's origin, and in the process cross paths with the actual thief, who is also looking for the goose. Holmes compels this individual, who, it turns out, is an employee at the Countess's hotel, to recount how the gem ended up in the goose. The thief replies that he was terrified of being caught with the gem and ran to his sister's house to lay low. His sister, as it happens, has a little cottage industry fattening geese for market, and had promised one for her brother as a Christmas gift. The thief forces the gem down the throat of a goose and tells his sister he'll take this one now. Of course, he takes the wrong goose, and hilarity ensues. Holmes more or less tells the culprit that he is too stupid for a life of crime, but lets him go, this being, after all, a Christmas story. The wrongly accused man is cleared, and Holmes and Watson have a civilized holiday meal. In the Conan Doyle, Holmes says, almost as a throwaway, that he'll drop the Countess a line and let her know we have the stone. In multiple dramatizations, however, Holmes keeps the stone, and in at least one, he presents it to Watson when Watson is about to propose to Mary Marston. How would you have written it?